Welcome to another episode of Cankle Cars. I'm Cankle Chris, and today we're actually going to talk about the three ugliest American-made production vehicles: gas, electric, and diesel. So what we're going to do is we're going to do three of each, and then we're going to narrow it down to one at the end. Starting off with our diesel cars. Okay, our diesel cars we're going to start off with is the Oldsmobile Tornado. It's went from 1979 to 1985. It had a 5.7 liter V8, 350 horsepower. I'm sorry, 350 cubic inch, 125 horsepower. And yes, it was a diesel. I'm going to put a picture right here, and then right next to it or right below it, I'm going to put the AI version of what it could look like. So you can take a really ugly car, polish a turd. It's still a turd at the end of the day, but you know, it's a pretty looking turd, I guess. A prettier looking turd. The next one is the Ford F-250. Okay, now this particular year model range was from the Gen 2, which was 2008 to 2010. Okay, now this particular model had a 5.4 liter V8, or a 6.8 liter V10, or a 6.4 liter Power Stroke twin turbo diesel, and that's why it's on the list, because it's also a diesel. Number 3 is going to be the Chevy 2500 LTZ. This is a newer truck. It was actually it's the Gen 4 of this particular model. It's 2020 to 2023. It came with a 6.6 liter Duramax V8, and that was also a diesel as well. So, and below that, obviously, on the last two, I'm going to show the AI pictures as well, what it could look like in the event that you want to spend a bunch of money to make it look prettier. And now we're on to electric. So, the next electric, or the first electric vehicle is going to be the Chevy EV1. Now this went from model years of 1996 to 1999, and the first generation only got about 70 to 95 miles on a charge. Not so great, but it was also, 30 years ago. So Gen 2, which came out I think in 1998 or 99, that one got 100 to 140 miles. A little better, but not ideal. Okay. The next one, of course, fan favorite, the Tesla Cybertruck, 2023 to current. Has an all-wheel drive model, gets about 325 miles, and then a Cyber Beast. I didn't look that up, don't really care. It gets about 320 miles to the range, and then the rear-wheel drive, because it has less weight, gets 354 miles on a charge. That one also as well, I'm going to have an AI rendition of that, so you can see, the before and after. And the last one on the electric model list is going to be the Cadillac Celeste. It's a newer one as well. Came out in 2023 to current. They're currently making it 600 horsepower as an electric, 111 kilowatt hours, 300 miles on a charge. Pretty good, but this is not good. $300,000 for a Cadillac electric car. A little bit much. But there are people who would probably want to buy it. It's also one of the ugliest cars I've ever seen, but that's just my opinion. Again, I'll have the picture of the original car, and then I'll have the AI version as well. That makes it look a little better. Moving on to gas, gas powered. Now, this was a car that, man, it's just hideous. They did a couple adjustments to it, later on in its lifetime, and changed the front and the back, so it didn't look quite as ugly. But the 2000 to 2007, Chevy Monte Carlo, and it had a 3.4 liter V6 or a 3.8 liter V6, and this is the 6th generation of the Monte Carlo. I didn't realize they made that many generations. My dad actually had one, I think back in the 70s, early 80s, and it was a white one, and he used to pull us around on the in the backyard on a mattress behind the Monte Carlo. It was a lot of fun. Anyways, that the one that came from the 2000 to 2007 was only front wheel drive. That's a tragedy in my opinion, to have such a big car. I mean, it really needed a V8, and it could have been rear wheel drive. Would have been an awesome little car. Not the early model, but the later in the generation model where they changed the headlights. Second one is an oldie, is the Ford Edsel. You probably haven't heard of this before. I didn't hear about it either until I saw it, and just looked funny. I don't know, especially that grille, and you'll see the picture of it here. The grille looks a little interesting. Model years from 1958 to 1960. There's a reason why they only had a few year run on it. It got canceled due to low sales. There's a surprise. They spent $2.7 billion, which is the equivalent of today's money, on doing just the advertisements and obviously the building of the vehicle and everything. It's a lot of money to lose to only have a few years of a car. So anyways, I'll have the AI version here, which the AI version does look pretty badass. But if you have to do this much work to a car to make it look good, most of the times it's just not worth it. The last one on the gas list is the 2001 to 2005, which you're all probably expecting this one. 3.4 liter V6, 185 horsepower, came in front wheel drive or all wheel drive, had a tent and a console cooler you can remove. I'm talking about the Pontiac Aztek. Yes, everybody thinks it's the ugliest car on the planet. I guess we'll find out by the end of this what my thoughts are on it. So far, we've gone over the Chevy 250 LTZ, the Ford F-250, the Oldsmobile Tornado. Okay, that's your diesels. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna narrow that down to your first, second, and third place. My opinion, I honestly think I would probably say the Chevy 2500 is the ugliest out of all the diesels. Reason is you have to, paint the grille black to make it where you can't see it, because it's a hideous grille. The headlights are hideous. The truck itself it doesn't do. I mean, even the side profile is terrible. It just doesn't look like it goes well. And I would say that's probably the worst one. The second worst one is probably the Oldsmobile Tornado. It's just, again, it's a poorly designed car. The back half, the window, the rear window, it's not very good looking. And the Ford F-250, it was one of those things that I've always kind of liked the F-250s and F-150s. This particular one with the headlights, it just looks silly. I don't know. There's something wrong with it. I can't put my finger on it. It's just not appealing. So over to the electrics. So what we'll do for the ugliest, which of course we're all going to assume is the Cybertruck, I would have to say it's a close first and second between that and the Celeste, to be 100% honest with you. I think the Cybertruck is hideous. I'm sure it serves its purpose. I'm sure it serves its purpose. But people have always made fun of that thing. Any 4-year-old could draw that. I could draw it and put it on my phone, and my phone AI would create it and make it look just like a regular Cyber Tesla truck. Now the Cadillac Celeste, I mean, it's just the whole back end of it is hideous. The front is okay. The back of it is hideous. I tried to do some work with it on AI, and it's just not working. So I would probably say let's go with Cybertruck as the worst, ugliest. Celeste is number 2, and then the Chevy EV1 we'll say is the third ugliest. Mostly because of that stupid fender cover that goes over the rear tire. I've never been a fan of those. Maybe some of the old cars from the 40s, 50s, 60s that had them, they just seem to go a little bit better with the era. So now going on to the gas-powered cars. So, we have the Monte Carlo, hideous headlights, hideous taillights. The back bumper is ridiculously huge. I feel like it's a park bench, to be 100% honest with you. Now the Edsel, obviously I already mentioned the grille. It looks, well, I'll let you make the assumption on what it looks like. It's just, it's not for me. And if I had, $100,000 to make it look like the AI version, sure, maybe I'd drive it around. But yeah, I would say probably the Aztek is obviously going to be number 1. Ugliest gas-powered vehicle America's ever made. Yeah, second place I would say is probably the Edsel, and then third is going to be the Monte Carlo. Now I also was going to include the PT Cruiser on here as a fourth one, as kind of a like a honorable mention kind of thing, because same thing with the PT Cruiser. You have to really put nice wheels, body kit, wide fenders on it for it to look any good. So yeah, there's that. And then also we have another honorable mention. I think it was a diesel. It's this white truck from the 60s, I think. I have the information. I'll pop that up here in a second. It just looks like they took a single cab and then they copied and pasted it on the back for the rear cab. So strange looking. Again, you have to put a whole bunch of money into them to make them look good. So not a big fan, but it is what it is. So those are my top 3 ugliest cars: gas-powered Pontiac Aztek, electric Tesla Cybertruck, and then the diesel is probably the Chevy the Chevy 250 LTZ. Let me know you guys' thoughts on what video I should do next, where I should do like Japanese cars or ugliest cars, or English cars, British cars, whatever you want to call them. Let me know what you guys want me to do next. I'm happy to do some research and look into some of these and show you guys my opinion on kind of what I come up with, and maybe have some fun with it. But let me know your thoughts. I can even do the prettiest cars, or the silliest cars, or the cars that are like a cult following or cult classic or something like that. Let me know. My name's Cankle Chris. Thanks again for watching, and you guys like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.